Okay, so now that you have a little background on what's going on over here, what do you need, what's relevant, let's make first a jQuery lightbox on this page, and then we're going to make a new page and start another one from scratch. So I have here for you already, I set up a second div, and let's see if we scroll down here. So I wrote a div with an ID of gallery 2, and I wrote content for ID gallery 2 goes here. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to open gallery 2 and open where it says thumb, and we're going to take all those thumbs and put them into gallery 2. And once you have one thumb there, you can just delete the text. I just put the text there because if not, gallery 2 is shrunk up and it's really hard to be able to see it. All right, so let's get all these thumbs in here. And now, you know, we would want to actually like make these all the same height so that it looked a little bit more uniform, which I could do here. This is like a small edit, so I could do this in Dreamweaver. Let's see, so what's the height of this one? This is 67 high, so I'm going to make this one 67 and make this one high 67. I'm going to lock my proportions though so it doesn't distort it. Let's make this one 67. There we go. And my last one, we'll make that 67. Okay, so now they're all the same. And then we can style them afterwards. So the next step is I'm going to close up my thumb folder. I'm going to click on my first image and I'm going to make note of the name. This is California Poppy. And I'm going to link it to the larger version. So what I have over here, I'll just throw them out onto the page so you can see them. They're larger versions of the same image. All right, so now I'll delete those. Okay, so clicking on this one first, that's selected now, and I'm going to do my point to file and link it to California Poppy. Okay, and now do this next one, make note of its name, and then link it to its larger version here. Again, make sure you're not linking it to the thumbnail versions. I didn't call these larger, but you could certainly do that. This one that says border. And remember, if this point to file is not working, you could either click on where it says browse or you could just simply type in the name. Okay, so that's set up. Now the next thing is we need to change this little script that's up here. So all of this stuff that's on the page, their styles, that's just the styles that they wrote for their images over here. You do not have to use any of that. You can if you like it. I'd rather have you write your own CSS, but that's not the stuff that needs to stay. I'm going to bring that down a line. This is the stuff that needs to stay. All of this stuff up here needs to be here. And specifically, the thing that makes the jQuery work is this one here. So first, let's just change this little bit of script so now our gallery will work. And then we'll change it so that both galleries are working. So all I need to do, because their div was called gallery and ours is called gallery 2, is I just have to change it to put the 2 under it, right? Just double check that that is indeed what we called our div. Yep, gallery 2. All right, so let's save this and go to your browser and let's check. Yes, it is working. It says image 1 of 5. It says I have the close and I have the next. And now that I'm on the second one, I should have next and previous, 2 of 5. Lovely. All of these things. This is the sign that it's working. If any of these things are not working, you want to pause right now and go back and try to troubleshoot before you move on. But now theirs is no longer working. Theirs just goes to the JPEG. All right, so what can we do so we can have 2 of these galleries? What we can do is we can copy all of this that's inside our script. I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste it below. And I'm just going to take out 2. So now there's a script for the div with the ID gallery, and there's a script for the div with the ID gallery too. So let's save this, go back over to our browser, refresh, and make sure, yes, this one is now working, and this one is working. Okay, make sure ours is working as well. All right, cool. Now there is something in theirs, they had all of this filler text here, so let's talk about how we can get that in ours. So again, we have just one opening script tag and one closing script tag. What was repeated was starting from the $ down to our closing brackets. That was all copied and pasted right below. It's the only difference is I changed the ID. You have to keep the space in the A. Don't delete that. That is part of it that's making it work. All right, now let's look at where they have that bit of text coming in. So if I look at their images, ahref, and here this is linking it, and right after my link I see the title tag. So this shows up in a little bit of a different spot than when we were using the title tag for, well, when I wanted you to use it so that it would show up on your images when you hovered over. That was actually within the image source. That would have been right here. So what we need to do is we need to add the title tag within the ahref tag, and that's going to allow the text to show up when we open up our lightbox. So here I am with mine. Here's my first ahref, gallery 2, blah, 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 end quote. So after the quote, I'm going to put space, title, and in quotes, I'll put, this is a great flower. Okay. Then I have my image source. I don't have to put a title tag in here. I don't want to. Here's my next ahref. So ahref, there's that image, end quote. After that quote, I will put title equals and end quotes. This is another great flower. Okay, that's enough just to make sure this is working. So let's save this, go back over, refresh this page. And so now when this pops up, I see this text here. This is a great flower. Click the next one. This is another great flower. Awesome. Okay, so in the next video, I'll talk about how you get this to work on another page.